हाय, माय नेम इज सौम्या सरकार और आप देख रहे हैं वेल्थ रिडिफाइंड ब्लॉग। इन टुडेज ब्लॉग विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट a fund called SBI Equity Savings Fund. So a lot of clients have asked me that what is equity savings fund? Now equity savings fund is a category of funds where money has been invested into three different kind of a asset class. One is equity, another is arbitrage, and third one is the debt. Now suppose 100 rupees has been invested, out of which 20 to 25 get invested into equity, 40 to 45 get invested into arbitrage, and then rest of the amount invested into debt. So these kind of funds where the risk has significantly low because of debt as well as arbitrage, but have a flavor of equity, is called the equity savings fund. So why equity savings fund is low risk? Because of its investment in arbitrage. Arbitrage works like a equity, but the return it generates is like a debt. So if we talk about arbitrage more, then we will make a separate video on it. But just to give you a brief, that it works like a debt, but it has a taxation of equity. So if someone invested into an equity savings fund, his taxation will be of an equity taxation. That is 1 lakh rupee. Gain of 1 lakh rupee is tax free. Beyond that, it is a 10% taxation in long term. In short term, it is a 15% tax on the gain. Now, every fund houses have different kind of equity savings fund. This equity savings fund has become more popular just before the pandemic. So sometimes what happens is the market is very high. Investors do not know how to put the money into the market. They are undecided about the time horizon. They may require the money in 1 year time. They may require the money in 6 months of time, but they want to get some flavor of equity. That kind of investors put money into equity savings fund. Or someone waiting for the market to correct but do not know when it's going to happen. So rather than putting into debt, they put the money into an equity savings fund and waiting to move into a pure equity fund depending upon the market corrections. Now let us come back to the SBI Equity Savings Fund. SBI Equity Savings Fund has an exit load of 0.1% if you redeem it within 15 days. If you redeem the fund after 15 days, there is no exit load as such. If I talk about the 1 year return of SBI Equity Savings Fund, it is approximately 11.69%. In 3 years time, it is 10.56, and 5 years time, it is 8.67. If I look at the 1 month kind of a return, it is approximately 3.78%. Now, if I look at the standard deviation of SBI Equity Savings Fund, is approximately 9.95, which is slightly higher than the industry averages of around 6.72. It has a Sharpe ratio of 0.68. It is slightly lower than the industry average of 0.82. It has a Shortino ratio of 0.73, which is again slightly lower than the industry average of 0.98. And it has a beta of approximately 1.40. Usually the beta is considered to be around 1. Now, if I talk about what kind of stocks and bonds they are holding, because you know that it has a stocks also, shares also, as well as it has a debt, that means bonds also. So it has approximately around 96 as on today, and bond is approximately around 15. It has an average maturity of around 1.97. It has a price to earning ratio of this fund is approximately 20.78, and price to book value around 3.20. Now, if I talk about what kind of shares it is holding, it is holding shares like HDFC, Reliance, Adani, ICICI Bank, L&T, Tata, Tech Mahindra, Axis Bank, Divi's Labs, SBI, all these kind of. So mostly the blue chip kind of shares they are holding. But because it has a 95 shares it is holding. So obviously there would be some kind of mid caps also. So it is managed by one of the very renowned fund manager called Nidhi Chawla, who has recently joined in this category to manage it. And I think looking at the track record of Nidhi, I think SBI Equity Savings Fund will do definitely well under her leadership. Please remember, equity savings funds are mostly for those investors who is undecided about the time horizon of their investment. If you are looking for approximately 18 to 20% kind of a return, then equity savings funds are not the funds which is suitable for you. If you are looking for a very high risk kind of a return, then equity savings funds are not the funds which are suitable for you. So you have to see that whether this fund is suitable or not as per your risk appetite as well as time horizon. If you are looking for a 10-year kind of a thing and you are okay with not disturbing the money for 10 years, and so then probably these kind of funds are not suitable for you. So again, I'm telling you, which I tell in almost every video, that when you are investing in this kind of funds, you should have either your self knowledge or you should take the help of an expert or a financial advisor who can decide that whether you require this kind of funds or not. Also, whether you have the time horizon in properly or your goal based achievements are to be done or not. If you have a proper financial advisor, then he or she may guide you about the goal planning and what kind of risk you are taking. So based on that, if it suits, you may consider taking this SBI Equity Savings Fund. But I would strongly recommend that you should not take this equity savings fund based on a YouTube video or a WhatsApp forward or a Facebook recommendation or anything like that. You should understand that it must fit in your goal, and then you may take this fund for your financial goal achievement or financial freedom purpose. So at the end of the video, I must recommend you that you should consult a financial advisor to see whether it is suiting or not. But definitely SBI Equity Savings Fund is one of the best fund in its category. Thank you for watching the video. If you like it, you may subscribe. You may send us some comments as you do, or you may send up some WhatsApp or messages. If it is relevant, then we will definitely come with the new videos. Thank you for watching.